What's up, guys? Welcome to Cheese Sports in the morning. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Today's show is another jam-packed one. We're starting off with Kaizer Chiefs. Was this a smash and grab against Stellenbosch FC in Cape Town? Kaizer Chiefs escaped with 3 points from Cape Town. Then Orlando Pirates, Ouaddou is not Ouaddouing. First game at Orlando Stadium in the league, Orlando Pirates lose. Orlando Stadium was supposed to be a fortress, but now they lose their first game there. Then Mamelodi Sundowns are without Lucas Ribeiro Costa. And it's clear and it's showing that they lack that creativity without the Brazilian. Anyway, again, thank you for joining me this morning. Let's get into it. I'm going to have myself some coffee. And also, before I forget, I'm going to break down one issue that each and every team have. Yes, it's only been the first game. And yes, it may be an overreaction. But we love to overreact. Who doesn't love overreacting? Who likes to think logically about football? It doesn't make sense, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's start with Kaizer Chiefs. So Kaizer Chiefs went to the Cape Town Stadium, and they played against Stellenbosch FC. In the 30th minute, I don't know, he's a new player for Stellenbosch. Mudau Balala was, it just kind of a harsh. What is it? It's a half decision in my opinion. He was on goal, but it was even outside the box. There was a lot he still had to do. But anyway, the referee gave the Stellenbosch defender a red card in the 13th minute. The subsequent free kick was scored by Wobble. Let's check out that free kick. Let's see if I can find it. It was a very good free kick by Wobble. But I think maybe the goalkeeper should have done better, because it wasn't like a top corner. He should have done better, basically. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, they scored the goal. Let me try to find it here. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Ground over the last 6 weeks since coming back from the holidays. Wobble! Oh, he scored! Stevens went the right way, but the power of the shot. Kaizer Chiefs have their first goal of the season.
That is the start that Kaizer Chiefs wanted here today. I think everybody knows the amount of signings they've made, and can these players make a big influence and impact? But is one of the players that's been here for the last few years. Wobble, that gets them on the front foot. Great set play here. Like you said, the power behind it just catches.
Like you can see, it's in the middle of the goal. Not in the middle, but it's not too much off to the corner.
Sage Stevens a little bit. The wall also.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the game went on, but Stellenbosch performed so well, as in the next, 30 minutes, they dominated Kaizer Chiefs. They had two shots come off the woodwork. They had a header being cleared off the line by Duba. they had so much possession. Mind you, they are 1 goal down and they are 10 men. But they were the better team against Kaizer Chiefs in the first half. In the second half, they started getting a bit tired, a bit fatigued. They were still trying to press, but clearly that one-man advantage was taking its toll. But I don't want to lie, it's not like Kaizer Chiefs were much of a threat. Now that I think about it, they weren't much of a threat, and unfortunately, Mdaka, one of the best players for Stellenbosch on that day, caused the penalty. That was a clear penalty. He basically tried to kick what was his name to prayers. I don't know what he was thinking with that tackle, but anyway, he kicked him in the last moments of the game, and they scored. Then made it 2-0, made the score line look better than it actually was. That's why I call this a smash and grab. If Stellenbosch were 11 men, they were not winning that game. There's no way they were winning that game. It was clear that they were a better team. They were better than Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs are coming off an off-season. I did mention this. Are coming off an off-season where they only won one game. So I was worried about them coming into this game as to how they perform. But again, it seems as though against Stellenbosch, they always get luck, or I don't know what happens when they play against Stellenbosch. But Kaizer Chiefs will win against Stellenbosch. Everybody else will lose against Stellenbosch, but it will never be Kaizer Chiefs. Last season, they beat Stellenbosch twice, home and away. So, and Stellenbosch is one of the best teams in South Africa. They came third in the league behind the two best teams in the country, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. So, they are no joke. But Kaizer Chiefs, a team that came 9th in the league, was able to beat them. One aspect which I feel that will be a problem, or is a problem, or as we speak right now, what I see at Kaizer Chiefs is that where are the new signings? Where are Kaizer Chiefs' new signings? Kaizer Chiefs made a whole lot of signings. Let's check how many they were. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? Excuse me. Kaizer Chiefs made 6 new signings. Kaizer Chiefs made 6 new signings, but only one started and another one came off the bench. So where are the signings? Where's the signings didn't perform to the level that the Kaizer Chiefs staff felt that they were good enough to start their first game in the league. Because let's be real, Kaizer Chiefs, the squad that Kaizer Chiefs played against Stellenbosch, one of the best teams in the country, was the same squad that made them finish 9th last season. So, if these players that weren't good enough to make it into the top 8 are still the main players this season, what does that say, one, about your recruitment? Maybe someone must let me know. What does it say about Kaizer Chiefs recruitment that the new players, or what, the old players are better than the new players? Clearly they are, because why won't the new players start in the game? And if the old players are better than the new players, what does it say about the new players? Because the old players are not top 8 material. This is clear. Kaizer Chiefs fans in the Kaizer Chiefs, if Kaizer Chiefs fans are here, please let me know what you guys think as to how your team is going about. It's game number 1, but I felt that a game number 1 against one of the best teams in the country should have been the games where the signings you trust play first. But anyway, they didn't play. Let's move on. Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates played against Sekhukhune United. Sekhukhune United beat Orlando Pirates 1-0 at the Orlando Stadium. The Orlando Stadium last season, if I'm not mistaken, Pirates won 11 out of 15 games, if I'm not mistaken. I can be corrected by those in the comments. Orlando Pirates played against Sekhukhune United and they lost. Orlando Pirates did have chances in the game, but we cannot sit here and say that Sekhukhune did not deserve a result like that, because I personally think they did. They were better organized, or well organized. Let me not say better, because they came there with a job. The job was to stop Orlando Pirates to play, get a goal, and then consolidate the lead, which is what they did. After they scored the goal, I knew it was over. So, Coach Abdeslam Ouaddou has come into the job. He went into the preseason in Spain. Before that, Orlando Pirates signed 11 players. So it was always going to be tough for him to come in and to integrate new players, especially in whatever new system that, of course, he was going to bring into the team. In Spain, he tried all different types of combinations. Every player got to play. Then, in the first competitive game against Polokwane City in the MTN 8, he played a first 11, which some were thinking this is a rotation because there were 6 debutants in the team. Mind you, Orlando Pirates are a team that last year made it to the semi-final of the CAF Champions League. Last year made it to the final of the Nedbank Cup, made it to the final of the MTN 8, and pushed Mamelodi Sundowns at least until the last 5 games. So this team is a very good team. I'm not too sure, but anyway, listen, follow me on this thread. Against Polokwane City in the MTN 8, he changed the team. 6 debutants. Oh, okay. Those who follow Pirates, oh, okay. A lot of Pirates do have a lot of players. So maybe he's just, rotating. Because a lot of Pirates did have an issue of squad depth last season. Most people think that is the reason they only won 1 trophy last season. They simply ran out of gas. First game, league game against Sekhukhune United, a team that Orlando Pirates have trouble playing against. A team that last season, in the last dozen games, was the Orlando Pirates played them and they lost the game. And that all but mathematically ended their title run. So this game was not only personal, but Orlando Pirates knows Sekhukhune United. Anyway, first 11, he plays the same first 11 that he played against Polokwane City. So now the chat is, clearly this is Abdeslam Ouaddou's first 11. And if this is Abdeslam Ouaddou's first 11, it raises questions. It raises questions. Question number let me not paint it in like that, but the question is, a player like Tsofatu Mabasa, who's a few goals of breaking Orlando Pirates' all-time goal-scoring record, where is he? He was not even on the bench. Dino van Rooyen, Bafana Bafana International, where is he? He was not even on the bench. Talent Mbata, Bafana Bafana International. I don't remember seeing him on the bench. Where was he? Evidence Mahopa, Bafana Bafana International, on the bench. A player like Kabelo Dlamini, brought on late in the second half when things were getting away from Pirates, and he felt that he wanted a spark of creativity because that's what he provides as a creative midfielder. But everybody knew that, well, as a Pirates supporter, you know that Kabelo Dlamini is our most creative midfielder. But he decided to put on the new boy from Mali, Marigo, before he put on Dlamini. But let's not get into the semantics of the substitutions. Let's talk about the squad itself as to the team that he picked, that he thought was going to do the job for him. Clearly, that team, these are all new players who come from different teams, and it will take time for them to gel. So, how much time will Ouaddou get? And this weekend, they are playing against Mamelodi Sundowns. Will he play the same team that failed to beat Sekhukhune United? If he doesn't play the same team, which team will he play? Which team will he play? So the one issue they have at Orlando Pirates is the squad. The one problem they have at Orlando Pirates is the squad. They have too many players. They have so many talented players, but this becomes a problem for the coach. In a season, you can't play 25 players. It's impossible. Maximum 16. The others come in when there are injuries and stuff. You can't play 23 players. It's impossible. Maximum is 16. Ouaddou, not only does it come into a situation where he needs to come in and win immediately. God forbid, on Saturday against Mamelodi Sundowns. Before I continue, I have tickets to that game. I have tickets to the Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates, and I'm giving them away. I am giving them away. I'm Father Christmas in August. Anyway, back to my original statement, or my train of thought. If Abdeslam Ouaddou loses on Saturday in Orlando, the man is in trouble. The man is in deep trouble. The man is in deep trouble. There is so much pressure on him now after losing the first game. Again, Sekhukhune United are no joke. They finished 4th last season in the league. So it was never given that Orlando Pirates are going to beat Sekhukhune United. Whether it was Coach Jose Ribeiro or whomever. Sekhukhune United are no joke. They have good players and they have a good coach. But unfortunately, because Abdeslam Ouaddou lost, he's the man under pressure. Coach Jose Ribeiro won 5 trophies in 3 years. Coach Jose Ribeiro won 5 trophies in 3 years. Abdeslam Ouaddou has to win a trophy this year, and Orlando Pirates supporters do not want the other trophies. They want the league. They want the CAF Champions League. He needs to deliver on that. And if, God forbid, on Saturday, first leg of the MTN 8 semi-final against Mamelodi Sundowns in Orlando, he loses the game, he is in trouble. Anyway, the gist of what I'm saying about the Orlando Pirates situation is that the issue that they have right now is the squad has too many players. I'm not too sure how Coach Abdeslam Ouaddou is going to navigate around that, because you know what happens when the team is winning. Let's say you're in a team, right? You're a player in a team. You're a first team last year. This year you're not. But guess what? The team is winning. So we don't need you, dog. Now you look at yourself like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You start looking at it in a different way as to say, maybe I'm the problem. But if the team is not winning and you're not playing, you're human. If the team is not winning and you are not playing and you were playing last season, well, it starts with just a little thing like, you know what I'm saying? What's coach? You know what I'm saying? Simple chats like that, they mushroom into something bigger. Small chats like that mushroom to something bigger. Plus, Coach Ouaddou, as of right now, he does not fully know who are the players who have the power in the dressing room. So the players that he's leaving out, what if they're the ones with the power? And players can get coaches fired. Everybody knows this. Players can get coaches fired. There can be mutiny in the dressing room because certain players are not playing. Everybody knows that. But anyway, let's hope everything goes well for Coach Abdeslam Ouaddou. But I wouldn't like to be him. Let's just say that. Mamelodi Sundowns play their first game against Chippa United. Let me have a drink. Chippa United. There was a stat like they've played, I don't know, like 15 or something games, and Mamelodi Sundowns have won like some crazy stat as Mamelodi Sundowns wins 99% of their games against Chippa United. But in the first game of the season, they came away with a draw. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, they dominated themselves in the first half. They came away. They ended the half after scoring. After Saleh scored a good goal, great pass from. Let's see if I can find it. Great pass from Matthews. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Yesterday. Oh, I have to go all the way back. It was a great pass from Matthews that put Saleh through, who also finished it very, very well. I suppose I don't know how you guys feel about after a disappointing result. These guys be doing, I don't know, they be doing this, singing and whatever. I don't know. What are you singing for? I mean, yeah, it makes sense to me, but maybe it's just me. Oh, I don't think I'm finding it. What was the date yesterday? Oh, scrolling all the way down. I've got 2 tickets. I've got 2 tickets to I've got 2 tickets to Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns MTN 8 semi-final. Who wants to go? Who wants to go to the semi-final at Orlando Stadium? I think it's sold out already. I'm not sure, but I think it's sold out already. Who wants to go? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And I'll hook you all up. Oh, here it is.
Stellies. Ayikhenga la bola Mamelodi Sundowns. Stellies. Phakanyiswe kahle la bola iSundowns. Bayiyekela ngasemva Stellies.
Boom. Look at that pass. Minus how many players? 1, 2, 3.
Ayikhenga la bola Mamelodi Sundowns. Stellies. Wayibeka emnatheni. Zuzomashumi matatu anesibili.
Stellies gets thick, but I think last season he had over like 10 goals and 10 assists in the league. So clearly he's a good player. Yes, here we got Coach Khuliso to say
the
about this.
outcome obviously is not the best, so we have to say we didn't start well, and I think we really also didn't start well the match. When we play against this kind of teams, you need to have the best attitude inside the pitch and take the game for what we control, and what we control is the ball, the possession, the capacity to play on the spaces, and it seems that we didn't put the proper intensity and also the capacity to escape from the duels. So we made out of first half a much more physical game rather than a game played in the way we have to play. So even being winning at halftime, we were not happy. I think we started better second half, but pretty quickly we could not keep it, and we suffered a goal out of nothing, what obviously brought again the energy that Chippa was looking for. And from there on, I think that everybody saw a lot of players falling on the ground, so quite difficult to keep the pace. We are penalized by what we didn't do in the first half.
Can we talk about your subs coming into the second 45? We saw Fawaz coming off. What was the thinking behind that?
Now we needed more width. Zuku we knew that he could not play all the game, but we knew he could play 45. So it was.
Ironically, he says that he had in the starting lineup he had Fawaz, Basedin, and Obru Mudiba. As you both know, these are both left-footed fullbacks. These are their positions, but because Khuliso Mudau is not there, Fawaz Basedin was playing on the right. So, ironically, but before we get to the irony, the coach took off Fawaz Basedin at halftime. Then he put on him Dunyelwa, a right-footed fullback. Ironically, the Chippa United coach said that he was happy to see Fawaz Basedin go off because his team was struggling to deal with how Mamelodi Sundowns were playing with him. So they had prepared for a right-footed fullback to play, but a left-footed fullback played, which made it difficult for them to pick him up because he kept on shifting inside. I don't want to get too technical here, but yeah, the substitution, which he thought was, I suppose, tilting things in his favor, actually did the opposite.
Natural substitution to give more depth and width on the right.
And then we also saw Zwane, Cupido, and your exciting Mabena coming in. What was the thinking behind those substitutions?
Well, Arthur had to come out. He felt something on his back. Temba to have more control of the game, exactly. And then creating more aggression on the last line of Chippa. It's important that we understand, of course, Mabena brings excitement, but he's very young. Also, he brings some mistakes. But
a word on Mabena. Mabena, very exciting player. I like him. I like him a lot. He's fearless. He takes defenders on, but it seems as though Mamelodi Sundowns are not looking for that type of winger, or at least to start, because, as you know, it's more possession based and he loses the ball a lot because he takes risks, and his risks, some would say, are worth it. As if he takes on a player and he beats him, it's -1, it's going to have to throw another player to come, then it opens up space somewhere else. But if he tries taking on a player and he doesn't succeed in taking him on and winning that duel, then Mamelodi Sundowns lose possession, and Mamelodi Sundowns are a team that a possession-based team, so they'd rather not lose possession carelessly. So I don't know what the coach tells him, because that kid plays the way he plays free, which I think is a good thing for him, especially for his development. But is it the way that Mamelodi Sundowns want him to play? As you hear the coach now, he's saying that he has mistakes. I watched he came in the last maybe 20 minutes or something. The only mistakes that maybe he's referring to is when he tries to take on a player and the defender wins. I mean, it happens. If you are an attacking player and you just try to take someone, sometimes you win that, sometimes you lose. So
they did well. They tried to do everything they could.
You play Amazulu on Tuesday. What are the positives that you take into that game?
Yes, it's another game, another story. We need to take the game and win the game. That's it. So there's no...
I'm on the Pirates. Let me try to find that Chippa coach saying that he... Chippa coach saying that the substitution of Basidine actually helped them. Okay, where is that now? Oh, half time. I'm just trying to find the post-match interview of the Chippa United coach. Hey, this kid cracked me up. Here it is.
For us, it all came down to preparation. Pre-season, we were fucking excellent. Sorry for the language.
We were even excellent. Wow.
Team played very well. I don't like to single out individuals. I thought everyone
So here's the Chippa coach talking about the game.
they stuck to the game plan. We struggled a little bit in the first half with the overload, with Upasadine sometimes coming inside, sometimes going outside, and then with Marcelo Allende and Sales making a 3 versus 2 on the sides. So we struggled a little bit because we were not really prepared for that. We were prepared for the overload with a very aggressive Dunyelwa on the right. So we had to help the players a little bit at half time, and what helped us a little bit more was that they changed to what we had expected with the Umtunyelwa, so the players they could adapt to that. And I thought even in the first half we suffered. We knew we would suffer without the ball.
Mamelodi Sundowns. The one issue I see that Mamelodi Sundowns are going to have is the lack of creativity without Lucas Ribeiro Costa. Sometimes in a team, you become so dependent on one player that you don't even realize it. This is Manchester United. What is it? In the 2002, when did they win the league? 2002, 2003, I'm not sure. But they were so dependent on the goals of Ruud van Nistelrooy that the team wasn't playing well, but because they had Ruud in the team, they won the league. The team wasn't playing well, but because they had Ruud in the team, they won the league. I'm not saying Mamelodi Sundowns don't play well. Mamelodi Sundowns are a dominant team and have internationals across the board. The whole 11 are internationals. But the Lucas Ribeiro, we can look at some of Lucas Ribeiro's goals, where we can talk about the goal against Orlando Pirates, the goal that won the goal of the season at the PSL Awards. That guy came from his own D-line and ran past Orlando Pirates defenders and went to go score. That has nothing to do with tactics. That has nothing to do with what. That's just pure magic from a last number. That's all that is. So the goal against Dortmund in the FIFA Club World Cup, well, his goal, the goal that won goal of the tournament at the FIFA Club World Cup, Lucas Ribeiro versus Borussia Dortmund. Again, from the center line, he ran through the whole team. Oh, well, you get what I mean? And he scored the goal. That's just pure magic from one special player. So, Mamelodi Sundowns, I remember, I think it was a game against Makesi. If I'm not mistaken, it was 0-0 around the 80th minute. They were knocking on the door, but they weren't getting anywhere. A cross came in, or I don't know, it ricocheted, but Lucas Ribeiro again came up big. He scored with a bicycle kick. 1-0 Sundowns wins, 3 points. Can't be arrogant enough to think that a player like Lucas Ribeiro can just be replaced just like that. Because Lucas Ribeiro, on the ball, he's creative and he can finish as well. So those are two elements in your team that you're missing from one player. Because honestly, Mamelodi Sundowns against Chippa United, they weren't that dangerous. They were not that dangerous. Lucas Ribeiro feeds. Let me rewind. Ikram Reyners is the player that he is today because of Lucas Ribeiro. Like it or not, he's the one that feeds him. Watch the FIFA Club World Cup. All those 3 games and all the goals that Reina scored. Well, except there's some goal from a corner that had nothing to do with Ribeiro. But Lucas Ribeiro is a big part of the Mamelodi Sundowns attack. And if Mamelodi Sundowns, I think they are going to win the CAF Champions League without Lucas Ribeiro. I'm here to tell them they are dreaming. Some will say Lucas Ribeiro didn't perform to his standard in the CAF Champions League. Yes, because, you know why? Because everybody is focused. It's actually proving my point. Because everybody knows him. I get it. So they make sure that this player is not going to do anything. Then what do the rest do? Nothing. When they close down Lucas Ribeiro, what do the rest do? The answer is nothing. You say they got to the final of the CAF Champions League. Yes, they got to the final of the CAF Champions League, Mara, dubiously. Dubiously. In the semi-final, they should have lost to Al Ahly. They got into the final thanks to an incredible own goal. You can replay that sequence a million times and that own goal won't go in. They made it to the final. Pyramids dealt with Ribeiro. They won the game. It's clear. Lucas Ribeiro is on his way out of Sundowns, and Sundowns are going to struggle. They're not going to struggle in the PSL. The PSL is their daily bread. Orlando Pirates also this side don't look like they're going to take this opportunity when Sundowns are at their weakest. Orlando Pirates don't look like they're going to take this opportunity when Sundowns are at their weakest. So they probably might win the Betway Premiership again. But that's not what they want. They want the CAF Champions League. And they're not winning no CAF Champions League without Lucas Ribeiro. That's facts. But we'll see how it goes for them. As I said, guys, I have tickets to the semi-final. Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Let me know in the comments if you'd like tickets. First come, first serve, or something like that. I don't know. Or should I do a competition type thing? But anyway, let me know what you think. Kaizer Chiefs supporters, the players that you guys signed, the 6 players that you signed, only 2 played and only 1 made it into the starting lineup. How do you guys feel about that? Orlando Pirates, you guys signed 12 players. Abdeslam Ouaddou has come in and tried to change everything. Orlando Pirates changed a winning formula. How do you feel about that? Do you think that strategy will work, or do you think he should have kept the team as it was and started integrating the players that were signed biggie by biggie? And Mamelodi Sundowns, do you feel that, do you have a player in your squad that can replace the output of Lucas Ribeiro Costa? And am I overstating his importance to the team? Anyway, it's a boy Cheese with a Z, not a SE. I will see you guys tomorrow morning.